I'm Nia.
I'm Kent.
And today we're bringing you a product review for the NuHose. We use these hoses here sometimes at Hook Tips 581. We really like them. This review is brought to you by JuicyMist.com. Go there. They have a unique selection, affordable prices. Juicy Mist, have fun, have hookah. Thank you very much to Merrick for sending this out to me. Gonna go ahead, and what we're gonna do is it's gonna be a review, but it's gonna be a comparison between a few different hoses. The Namor, a tonic hose, and just the standard like hoses that you get with like Chinese hookahs and whatnot, the synthetic leather or whatever they are. So what we're going to do is we're going to take pulls from each hose, see, how good the airflow and stuff is with them, and compare them, see which one, we like the best, and that'll be it. So, first thing I guess we'll start with is the Namor. That's pretty much the standard hose among avid hookah smokers because they tend to get those.
They're a lot more comfortable to use. What's nice about them is the nice long handle on them. So I mean, you can be sitting back, relaxing. You can just basically put it on your lap, and I mean, still it's right there.
Tips are movable, so you can change the tips out to glass tips or Mystique ice tips or whatever you want. And they look really nice. They look a lot better, no doubt. But
there is a lot more to them. They're a lot more heavy duty. They seem like they're made a lot better. It's usually what I usually grab for.
See, the draw's pretty nice. Not too much restriction there, so that's good.
I said, I mean, this is usually my choice here. We did get a new hose today.
The tonic hose.
So we've barely even really smoked on that one yet. So I only had a few pulls on it earlier, so I haven't really got to try it yet.
Honestly, I think the draw is probably pretty much about the same as the Namor. It's not really too much restriction. It's pretty good airflow. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like it. On a scale of 1 to 10 on smooth pull for the Namor, I'd probably give it about an 8 out of 10.
Probably give the Namor an 8. It's got a little bit of restriction, probably because it's so much thicker, and you got to go a lot farther with it. This here, there's not too much. It looks like they're pretty close. I mean, if you look at them, I mean,
they look about the same gauge. As far
it looks. This one here looks a little bit thinner than this one. But this one's probably just because of how it's wrapped. It's made a little bit different, where this one here
they're each handmade, so
they're going to be a little different on them. But yeah, it pulls pretty much about the same. It's not going to be as comfortable to use simply because,
the
you got a
handle's
little
pretty
short
small
handle.
And
You can't remove it. So I mean, if you wanted to put a different tip on there, I mean, kind of screwed on that.
I'd probably give the draw on it about an 8 out of 10 though.
Yeah, I mean, they pull about the same. It's just not as comfortable to use.
As for the standard synthetic leather or whatever these are, they've got a metal coil. For one thing, the Namor is washable. The tonic is washable. As far as I know, these are not washable because they have like a metal coil inside. You run water through them, it's going to rust up, and then whenever you're inhaling, you're just going to get rust in your lungs and mouth.
Which has happened. We did a review one time on that, and it was horrible. I was the one that took one for the team on that one. And that was probably the worst experience. That's why I don't want to.
You can find that video in the description so you can laugh at him in his misery. So, yeah, it is very restricted. It's a really small gauge. The handle itself is really stupid and like junky.
But that's probably why they give them for free, because they're probably make them for a few cents and pass them out. I mean, you could probably pick one of these up for a little bit of nothing.
And honestly, I'm not even getting really any flavor out of this, and no clouds.
Which, I mean, you see all the clouds that he always has and all his stuff, and
they're okay, but
I don't even want to do this because the one time that was enough for me.
The draw on that, I'd probably give about a 4 out of 10. It's not the worst draw I've ever had, but it's very far from the best.
I'll give it a 2.5. I hate these things. Don't ever, if you have a chance to buy one, don't. Period.
Now for the NuHose.
These are like a really simple design, almost like you went to like a hardware store, or if you're around cars a lot, like what you usually use to wrap wiring, like for like your wiring harnesses and stuff. That's pretty much what this is. You can even see the line in it. If you're saying wrapping, your wires on your car or whatever, there'd be a slit right here. That's the only difference. Is this one here? It looks like they just didn't cut it. I mean, that's basically what this is. You could probably make one of these yourself. I mean, you just need a handle.
You could change these out probably. You could probably get different colors and whatnot. As far as aesthetics, it definitely
looks cheap.
As you can tell, it doesn't look that good. But you know what? Aesthetics isn't everything. Functionality, in my opinion, is more important because
that's what you're here for. You're not here for looks.
You're not trying to impress anybody. I mean, maybe you are, but quite frankly, we're not. We're just trying to have a good session and make everybody happy.
But most of the people that are on all the sites stuff, this is what they recommend using. And like how we were discussing
they're
earlier,
cheap. They're like $4 or $5, and I mean, you can pick up a few of them for different flavors. Like, I recommend having one for like mint, one for apple, one for spice, one for citrus, and one for just every other flavor. And at like $4 or $5 a pop, you can't really beat it. The draw's amazing. I think
they're completely unrestricted.
Yes.
I mean, because most of these, as you can tell, you can see how they're ribbed and everything on the inside. This here, since it's just a hollow tube, basically, there's no restriction on them.
I would give the draw on that a 9 out of 10. I mean,
I would give it a 9 also. I mean, there's no restriction really whatsoever. There's a little bit.
It pulls really, really well, and the tip is removable, kind of. I mean, like, you can put other tips inside of it. You just pop that out. You have this right here. You can just put stuff inside of it. I've put ice tips and stuff on them before. It actually works pretty well.
Thing is with that, it kind of does compare a little bit more to this, so you have a little bit more to hold on to. I mean, still, there's a huge difference in the two of them, but so it's a little more comfortable to use one of these versus some of these other ones, but it all kind of goes down to preference, what you like.
Quite honestly, this is my hose of choice. Sure, like I said, aesthetics, it doesn't really look very good. In fact, it looks very cheap, but
it gets the job done, and they're cheap to replace. And like he said, if you're gonna have a hose to do, each different type of shisha, this makes the most sense because they are cheap. They're cheap to get, so you can go through and have one for each, and probably for about the same price as one of these, because these are about $20 for a Namor, where these are $4 or $5 a piece. You're talking.
You can pick one up on JuicyMist.com for around $5. And you know what? They have really great shipping rates there. I've had stuff shipped to my house for like a couple bucks, honestly, like $2 and like something for shipping, and that's really, really good. So, I definitely recommend going to them. Like I said, they have a really unique selection. Their prices are all like very comparable to other sites. Like most of their stuff is a lot cheaper than other sites. So go ahead and check them out. There'll be a link in the description below for JuicyMist.com. And until next time, though, like always, this video is also brought to you by hookatips581.com. Go there for all your tips, tricks, reviews, contests, and more. Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all down below in the description. Until next time, I'm Neil.
And I'm Kent.
And we'll see you later. Enjoy your hookah.